Another day, another update on Internet Computer. Shout out to the Internet Computer family as always. Let's take a closer look and see what's happening, as we are starting off Thursday. At the time of recording, you can see for yourself, we're seeing some coins up over the last 24 hours. At the same time, we are still seeing some coins down. So pretty much a 50-50, momentum being kind of felt. So some coins obviously reacting in a positive way. Some are still, kind of lagging behind the broader market, as we could see for ourselves. But let's take a closer look and see what's happening with the Internet Computer. The price currently sitting at $5, down about 0.5% on the USD side of things, as well as about 1.2% on the Bitcoin side of things. Market cap $2.7 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at 322.3 million. But as always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So let's take a look at what's happening with the dominance index. So again, if you've been noticing over the last 2 days specifically, we've been seeing the dominance in this upwards trajectory. And believe it or not, this can play a huge role, more than you would expect, because Bitcoin did see a rebound since yesterday. So Bitcoin actually did see a little bit of an uptick. But what also ended up happening is dominance also saw a bounce, which again, like I said, some coins are feeling the love, some are still feeling, the lag behind the broader market, and that can clearly be seen across the board if you look at it from, a daily perspective. So that is why we don't ignore the dominance, and obviously understanding the correlation between the altcoins, Bitcoin, and so on and so forth. So right now, we are definitely in this upwards trend. Again, something worthwhile pointing out. Bitcoin, on the other hand, as mentioned earlier in this update, we did see a little bit of a rebound, about a 5% move. But again, on top of that, Bitcoin was able to reach a new monthly low, something we've been anticipating. And you can see, we've been in this downward trajectory right now. We're sitting here, but you guys know my overall target. But I did mention this in my H bar update as well, and Caspa update, that maybe we do see, the market maker stepping in, and pushing the price of Bitcoin back up to some of these key levels, especially if it's able to break above $94,000 range. I think that would be a confirmation that maybe Bitcoin, it does push up to like the 96 to $97,000 price point. And I think liquidations are going to be, quite large at that price point, especially on the short side of things. But the trend overall is still, towards the lower levels for myself. So again, in the immediate short term, we might see a little bit of a bounce, but again, nothing to be jumping around in my opinion for. But Internet Computer price right now still hovering above $5, so not bad. Not bad in my opinion. But let's take a closer look on an hourly time frame, because during times like this, hourly is the best way to look at it. So pretty much first and foremost, I want to talk about the move where we did go up to the $6 price point, and at this point, you guys should know what I'm talking about. And that move pretty much act like it never ended up happening, because we've seen Internet Computer pretty much round tripping that move back down to where it started off. But speaking about where it started off, that exact same level at $4.66, was the level where we were pretty much at prior to this rebound. But you can see for yourself that exact same level was retested once again. But again, if you had a buy order placed in around here, you could see for yourself the price did go up about 9%. But now you may be asking, why did the price go down to this key range once again? I need you guys to not ignore, like I said, Bitcoin was sitting at a new monthly low, and that has had an impact on altcoins. Internet Computer is definitely not an exception, but right now we're remaining above that key range. But now, with that said, the $4.66, let me remind you guys once again why that is so important. You can see for yourself, $4.60, give or take $4.70 to 66, almost, depending on which time frame you're looking at. I'm looking at it on the daily time frame right now, but again, you just don't want to see the price dropping below that key range. because that pretty much takes us down to $4.29. I think there's a significant amount of support around that level, and that is realistically, target that we should be looking out for. In the case of us not holding around this key level, that would be a 15% pullback. That's still not an unrealistic thing to be thinking about, because again, if Bitcoin, I'm projecting Bitcoin to go down to these key levels. Yes, internet computer ran so much against the broader market. It was outpacing the pretty much the entire market just a few weeks back. But you just always need to understand, no matter what coin it is, it will always, at the end of the day, have the overall market momentum and condition reflect on itself. And right now, we're seeing that happening with internet computer as well. So that's something I want you guys to kind of keep in mind. Let me know in the comments down below what your personal thoughts are. What do you guys think about internet computer as far as the month? I'm sorry, as far as the yearly candle close is concerned. Again, obviously, going back to what I said, if Bitcoin is able to actually see a rebound above 94K, it kind of goes unsaid. I'm expecting, for us to see internet computer also rebounding. I think the broader market is going to rebound at this price point. So, for people that are short-term traders, times like that is obviously good, because you could make nice change off of just swing trading. But again, when I talk about swing trading, I'm not talking about leverage trading. As you guys know, I'm not a big fan of leverage trading. I would suggest each and every one of you guys to stay away from leverage trading platform at this point. If people have not learned what we saw on October 10th, I just don't understand why people are still, leverage trading at this point. But again, spot trading, again, that's amazing too. Like, you could still end up making money off of spot trading. It doesn't always necessarily need to be leverage trading. What I mean by that is, for example, I'm just giving you guys Bitcoin, for example, right? Let's say you put $100, and you that's the money that you are okay to lose. You've done your due diligence, you've done your research, and you want to spot trade. And let's say BTC goes up 5%. Let's say BTC goes up 10%. That itself is profit right then and there for you. And it adds up. If you start stacking up your profits over time, it does stack up. And believe it or not, a lot of people have done that in this space. But on the other side, you cannot short, right? So it's only on moves towards the upside when it comes to spot trading. But that's just like, the reason why I'm always talking about this is because I saw someone in the comments talk about that, and it's really resonated with me, and I wanted to kind of share that with you guys, because it just made me realize, hey, you know what, there are people that are swing trading some of these moves, and kudos to you if that's working for you. I am very, very happy for you. But again, let me know in the comments what you guys think, and we'll see you later in Crypto ZX and